Deuteronomy 24, 1-4.
When a man takes a wife and shall marry her, then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes, because he has found a matter of uncoverness in her, and he shall write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And if she left his house and became another man's wife, and the later husband shall hate her and write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house. Or when the later husband dies, both took her to be his wife. Then her former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her back to be his wife after she has been defiled. For that should be an abomination before Yahweh, and do not bring sin on the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you as an inheritance.
Thank you. You see a lot of ifs in this passage. You know, it begins with, when a man takes a wife and shall marry her, then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes. Verse 2, and if she left his house. And then verse 3, and the latter, and if the latter husband shall hate her, and write her a certificate of divorce, and send her. So all of this is conditional. Then in verse 4, if all those conditions are met, in verse 4, her former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her back to be his wife after she has been defiled.
Yeah, after defiled, he did not.
So first of all, remember to who is Moses giving these laws? To Israel, to Yahweh's covenant people. All of them believe, or at least claim to believe, in Yahweh and His Torah. We see the clause here, after she has been defiled. Well, if you are not, let's say, familiar with this term, after she has been defiled, you may think, oh, this must be a very grave sin. She must be a great sinner because, look, she's been defiled. Well, no. This is not talking about sin. You probably know that each time you have relations with your spouse, both of them are defiled automatically. So it's a strange thing. Yahweh gives the order, they shall become one flesh. But elsewhere he says, if you do become one flesh, you will be defiled, both the husband and the wife. So this is simply referring to that. She and her new husband have had relations, so she has become defiled. That's it. It lasts only one day, by the way. You must take a bath, and then after sunset you're clean again. So becoming defiled simply means you become unclean. Unclean. Just as you become unclean by touching, for instance, your father or mother died and you touch his or her dead body, you become unclean. Not for one day, but for 7 days. It's not a sin. That's not a sin, Someone must put them in a grave. You can't do that without touching him or her after they died. So becoming defiled is not synonym at all. Certainly not in this context. It's not synonym with sin. There is no sin involved here. She simply had relations with her new husband. we definitely don't read in this passage that this woman committed adultery by having relations with her new husband.
What can we do?
If it would have been adultery, then she should be put to death. Then it should not say in verse 4, then her former husband cannot take her back or so. No, then it should say that she will be put to death because she commits adultery. No, it's not. Also see the wording, her former husband. Her former husband. Meaning he was her husband. He is no more her husband after he has sent her away.
Second chance daw. There's no second chance.
After divorce, well, there is a second chance if the wife has not become not remarried. She can go back to her former husband as long as she has not been defiled.
Not defiled to another man.
Meaning not become unclean through, let's say, through relations. Huh? I'm a bit prudent because there are some children here in the...